Negotiation Tactics Part 1. The cantina was dimly lit, tucked into the far corner of a dusty outpost on a backwater moon. Outside, twin suns dipped below the horizon, casting a sickly orange hue through the stained windows. Inside, shadows stretched across cracked floors, and the scent of old spice, spilled drinks, and tension hung thick in the air. Mando sat at a booth in the back, helmet glinting under the flickering overhead light. Across from him sat a wiry man with a twitchy eye and sweat beading on his brow. The informant's fingers drummed nervously on the tabletop, inches from a dataship, the one piece of information Mando needed. "I came a long way for this," Mando said, voice low and even. "Name your price." The informant shifted, eyes darting toward the entrance as if calculating the time it would take to bolt. "The price isn't the problem, it's who's asking. You've made enemies, Mandalorian." Mando didn't move. "I'm not here for a fight." "No," the man said, leaning in slightly. "But you bring it with you." Tension crackled between them like charged wire. Around them, the low hum of conversation faded, as if the room itself held its breath. Grogu, seated beside Mando in a makeshift sling on the bench, watched the exchange with wide, curious eyes. The informant reached slowly for his drink, but his hand trembled. "Maybe I made a mistake coming here." Mando didn't blink. "Maybe." The silence stretched again. Then clink. A small silver ball rolled onto the table. It bounced once, then began to slowly roll across the surface. Grogu tilted his head, watching it intently. It was his favorite toy, the smooth knob he had once stolen from the Razor Crest, for reasons known only to him. He had chosen this moment to set it free. The ball traced a perfect path between the two men, gliding straight toward the informant's glass. Plop! It landed with a gentle splash, sending a tiny ripple through the murky liquid. The informant blinked. Mando didn't react. For a beat, no one spoke. Then, the informant let out a snort. It turned into a chuckle, then full-blown laughter. Heads turned in the cantina as the sound echoed strangely against the silence. Grogu blinked up at him, pleased. The man wiped a tear from his eye and shook his head. "That little thing yours." Mando gave the smallest nod. The informant pushed the dataship across the table. "All right, you've got your intel." Mando took it without a word and stood, Grogu already crawling into his arms. "He's better at diplomacy than I am."